Okay, hi guys. So welcome back to my channel. I hope this thing that I improvised works because I am tired of holding the mic so close to my face. So I was looking for something that I could put it in so it would be cute. I don't know. I don't know if it works. So, welcome. Today we're going to be doing a tour throughout my shelves. So, just so you understand, I have the shelves that you're always seeing at the background of my videos, and then I have the ones that you're currently sitting on because I don't own a tripod of any kind. So, I have to work with what I have. I just counted before I started recording the video, and I own a total of 311 books, which I think it's great. So, without further ado, let's just get into it, okay? So, the first two shelves that we're going to talk about are the ones here on the bottom. And these two, I think that they are the prettiest ones on my collection right now. I have on the one hand all of my like high fantasy books, like classic high fantasy, I would say, because then I have another high fantasy books in other shelves. But this is The Lord of the Rings, The Hobbit, Game of Thrones, The Name of the Wind, and the fifth season. And then I also have the Red Rising and the Golden Sun books, which are sci-fi technically, but I don't know, they just fit here. Another thing you should know, actually, that I haven't told you in the introduction, sorry, is the fact that my books are organized by vibes only. Like that's the only criteria that I follow or that I have. And within the shelves, they are organized mainly by size. So like the way that I have to make them look the prettiest with what yeah, so that's like my main reasoning here. Don't try to look for any other reason why books should be together. I try to keep authors together, but if that's not possible, that's not always the case, but I try to do that. And that's like the only thing, like sagas together, authors if I can together, but mainly vibes. So Red Rising fit the vibes of this shelf, even though it's not technically fantasy. And then next to it, I have my Lee Bardugo shells, which, oh my god. So, yeah, as you can see, I really like her. I own every book that is out by her except for Hellbent. I wasn't obsessed with it though, so I don't know if I'll buy it or what. I do have the space for it, so maybe I'll buy it just so I can have every book by her. And as you can see here, like this is a clear case of me organizing books by size because sagas within her sagas, like I don't know, like the for example the King of Scarves and Rule of Fools duology is not together because they didn't match by size. So yeah, I own three different Six of Crows editions. As you are also seeing, I am obsessed. That would be the word. I own two different Crooked Kingdoms as well. So yeah, like in Spanish, in English, and in Italian, I have it all. So those are like the two lower shelves. And then on top of those, I have my Cassandra Clare books, and I'm obsessed. I was really into Shadowhunters when I was like 14, 15, 16. And even before that, yeah. So I have every single book that is out in the Shadowhunters universe, and I have some of them twice. So in the first shelf, that's everything Shadowhunters. I tried to put them in chronological order within the universe, so we start with the trilogy of the Infernal Devices. I own those in Spanish, and then next to those is The Last Hours in English. And then I have two different editions of the Mortal Instruments. I own the first four in hardback, and then the whole six books in the paperbacks with the image that the edges form. No, not edges, spines form. And then next to those, I have the two books in Alex and Magnus's point of view. And then on the other shelf, I have the Dark Artifices trilogy and the three short story collections. And that's everything Shadowhunters. And next to those, just because it fit by vibes, like again, I have no rhyme or reason to put those books there except that they fit space wise and they fit vibes wise. So that I don't need any other reason. I have the Folk of the Air and Akotar, as you're seeing. I own the like OG editions of Akotar, and the only reason that I don't own A Court of Frost and Starlight and I'm missing that book is because I cannot find it with the original covers for a reasonable price. Like it doesn't exist anymore. And then on top of those, and to finish with the main shelving unit, I have every single book that I was obsessed with when I was like 12 or 13 and 14 years old, and that would be Divergent, The Hunger Games, Percy Jackson, and Twilight in no particular order. But yeah, and then next to those is every book that I'm obsessed with right now. And I think it's so pretty that I have like the ones that got me into reading and the ones that I'm obsessed with right now, just like next to each other. So yeah, I mean, you're seeing the titles: Throne of Glass, Falling in Love. I'm obsessed with my editions of Fourth Wing and Iron Flame. I'm waiting for them to release Onyx Storm in the small black paperbacks because I think they're so pretty. And yeah, basically, obsessed. Cannot wait for the release of Fearless as well. I don't know where I'm going to put it though, because I don't have any more space on that shelf, but that's a problem for future me. And that is these 6 shelves. And then we have the 7 shelving units that I've told you that is in like the white column here that I have. And the first 3, the ones that are on top, because this is 2 different shelves. So the lower one that has 3 different shelves, it's where I have all of my LGBTQ books. And I was really into all of these kind of like standalones, love stories with LGBTQ characters in them when I was, I don't know, like a couple years back, like not that long ago, honestly. But yeah, probably around, yeah, 18 to 20 years old. And so I still have like a lot of those books, even though I'm not as into them anymore. And the first shelf is Alice Osman and yeah, everything by her, like Heartstopper and all the different books that she has out. Plus, I have Heartstopper in Italian as well because I really like that. And then below that, I have a bunch of standalones. The reason that they are all together is that by size they match. Like it's all small paperbacks, so that's what they are. They are all together here, as you can see. And again, those books are put together because they are not small paperbacks. So either hardback or taller paperbacks. That's like why they are together down there. Not other reason. Don't try to read too much into it. And then the next 7, like 4 shelves that are on top of these ones, these are like miscellaneous. I couldn't tell you, like there's no really, yeah. So the first shelf is kind of literary fiction. Not really though, because not everything in there is literary fiction, but again, it fit by vibes. So 2 copies of A Little Life because I am unwell, and a bunch of Sally Rooney books, A Man Called Off, like The Bell Jar, the Woman Destroyed by Simone de Beauvoir. Like it's a, I don't know, compilation of books. But on the shelf on top of that one is even worse because explain to me why I have a YA sci-fi trilogy next to non-fiction, next to Coraline, next to Alice in Wonderland in Italian, next to The Boy in the Street Pajamas. Like somebody explain to me, I don't. That's the shelf that I hate the most. There's no reason for it to exist. It's just books that didn't fit anywhere else, and I had a shelving unit there empty. So that's where they ended up being, but we are going to ignore that one. And then the 2 shelves on top of the last 2 shelves on this unit are like again books that I was obsessed with when I was way younger, like 12, 13, 14 years old. So the one on the middle has a bunch of John Green books, like every single book out there. Or I don't know if I'm missing any, but yeah, I was obsessed with him. If you can tell, like there's 2 different The Fault in Our Stars edition in that shelf, one in Spanish and one in English. If that doesn't tell you, I don't know what will. I didn't read in English back in the day, so the fact that The Fault in Our Stars is in English should tell you more than I ever can. And then on top of that is a bunch of like children books. So yeah, but like not like there's a Roald Dahl book there, like Charlie and the Chocolate Factory, I think. Uh, but there's also like the Neverending Story. So yeah, I don't know, children's books. So that's this. I don't know, like this is a collection of throughout the years. Like this is not, I wish I had the aesthetic shelves that people have on Pinterest and on TikTok and everything. But this is just like a collection that has grown with me. I've been reading for my whole life, so there are books that I don't like anymore, but I was obsessed with when I was again like 13. And there are books that I'm obsessed with now, and they all have to coexist in the space that I have. So if I were to have like more space, like ideally in the future I could have like maybe the books that I was obsessed with when I was little in one room, and then the ones that I am obsessed with now, I don't know, like if I could, I would organize them any other, like some other way, but we have to work with what we have. So that's this. And now I'm going to show you the ones that you're seeing. So these are my other shelves. I know that this is horrible, so we're going to do this quickly. So you're not seeing everything, but I'll show you. So let's start on the top. This shelf right here, we actually organized these shelves together on my weekly blog, like my reading blog that is up now. It's like not the last video, but the previous one. So go watch that. But yeah, this is basically my V straps, and these Bionic Lights by Chloe Gunn, and these are together because I like them the same amount. So they fit together. You are getting how I organize books, right? Okay. And then this shelf here, this is probably like the shelf that I like the most out of all of these ones. Like, yeah. And this is Emily Henry, Taylor Jenkins Reid, and Magnolia Parks. And I'm obsessed with every single book in this shelf. I have only one to read, Very Interrupted by Taylor Jenkins Reid. It's the only one that I haven't read yet, but I like to space these kind of books out so I don't run out of them. So yeah, I want to buy every single Magnolia Parks books. I just don't know if I have the space to do it. Well, I don't. I would have to make it work somehow, but yeah. Obsessed with these authors, with this shelf, with these stories, with these books, with this. Like, this is womanhood in a shelf. Like, this is, yeah, like, yeah, I love it. And then down below we have like the complete opposite, because this is every gothic classic book that I own and that I love. I also love these vibes so much. Not all of these books are classics though, but most of them are. And yeah, the Picture of the Grey I own like 3 times. I also have Fight Club in here, a lot of Oscar Wilde. So again, I don't know. I just love. I've read every single book in here except for the tallest one on the corner, which is short stories about vampires. So I've read some, but not every single one, and I'm obsessed, really. And below that one, there's some fantasies that I honestly didn't know where to put because I liked them a lot a couple years back, but then again, not so much right now. So, well, I actually haven't read. I haven't read yet. We Hunt the Flame with the Stars, that duology, but the rest of them I've read, and for example, I was obsessed with Simon Snow, again when I was 16. Not so much right now, and I own the 3 of them, so that's there. And below is my classics, but like my girly girl classics. So Jane Austen, which, if I dare say so myself, my editions of Jane Austen are amazing, stunning, incredible. I also have Little Women, I have Jane Eyre. Like, yeah, like if I have my Emily Henry and Taylor Jenkins Reid shelves on top, then this is the same, but in classics, like same thing, different font, if you get what I mean. Yeah. And down below on the last shelf, we have my Harry Potter books, and that's all we're going to say about it because I hate the author. So let's move on to the other one, which is this is the one that I'm telling you, like the shortest, the smallest possible Billy bookshelf with the extension on top. So on top of it, I have Fourth Wing in Italian that is being held by my yarn. So yeah, a basket with a bunch of yarn and a bunch of like candles and a fake plant and I don't know, a bunch of stuff. And then below that, I am also obsessed with this shelf because this is my journals. So some of them are completely filled and some of them are blank. This is just like a collection of journals that I like love. And my All for the Game books with a picture of my sister in the middle. Like, this is amazing as well. And then the 2 shelves below that, and the last 2 shelves, honestly, that I'm going to talk about because I do have one, like, this is 4 shelves, and you're seeing, like, there's 2 that you're not seeing. But the one down below, is school books and notes for my classes and, like, a bunch of, I don't know, boring books, textbooks and stuff. So this shelf and the one down below are thrillers. The one on top is Agatha Christie and Arthur Conan Doyle. Well, I do only have one book by him, but I have a lot of books by her because I'm obsessed. I love her thriller style. They're really short, so I think that they make their perfect palette cleansers between like long fantasy series or whatever. I'm obsessed. And the only reason that Olivia Blake's books are in that shelf is because there wasn't a space in the shelf below to put them. The only reason, like, yeah, that's it. And yeah, and on the shelf below, I have some other thrillers plus my Dark Academia books. So Babel, If We Were Piglins, The Secret History, and then I also have like the Da Vinci Code, the Thursday's Murder Club, and A Good Girl's Guide to Murder. So yeah, those are my shelves. Are you obsessed with them or what? So that's the video. I hope you liked it. If you did, make sure to give it a thumbs up, comment, subscribe, and everything else you're supposed to do. And I'll see you all next week with a new one. Bye!